Okay, sometimes there's a little difficulty when when we're trying to convert a complex number like, oh, let's say 4i. We want to convert that to trig form. And as you know, we need the modulus and we need the angle. Because what we want to do is we want to put it in this form. The modulus times cosine of the angle plus I sine of the angle. Now the modulus is no problem because it's just going to be 4 squared, the square root of 4 squared, which is 4. However, what about the theta? Well, the inverse tangent is not going to work because if we try to do the inverse tangent, we got 4 over 0, and of course that's not going to help us. So what we can do is it's a little bit easier than using arctangent because what we can do is we can just plot this. And if you think about it, this is going to be the point 0.04, right? So if we plot that, it's up here. And then you can see, oh, that angle is 90 degrees. So right away you see that the angle is 90 degrees. So then we can write that the trig form is going to be 4 cosine 90 plus I sine 90. Yeah, that's it. And you can see that works because cosine of 90 is 0, and then sine of 90 is 1. So this whole thing is just 4i. Now, we could go the other way. We could say, okay, well, what happens when we have z equals, let's say, negative 3? Or let's just say positive 3 at first. Let's just say z equals 3. Well, same thing. We still got the modulus. The modulus is 3. But what about the angle? Well, we plot it. And this is like the point 30 because the real part is 3, the imaginary part is 0, so we get it right here. So the theta is just going to be 0 degrees. So we could write that as 3 cosine 0 degrees plus I sine 0 degrees. Yeah, like that. So you just have to be careful because what if you get negative values? For example, let's suppose you've got z is equal to negative 3i. Well, the modulus is 3, but the angle, well, you got to just be careful always when you're dealing with negative numbers because they can throw us sometimes. But you've got this point that you're plotting here. You've got 0, negative 3. So that would be right here. Okay, 0, see, 0, and you go down 3. So what you could do, you've got some choices here. You could say, well, this is equal to negative 90. Or you could say that's equal to 270. Okay, you could go this way. But anyway, you have to determine what that angle is. It's either negative 90 or 270. And then you would have this. You would have z is equal to 3 cosine 270, which of course is 0, plus I sine 270, which is negative 1. Yeah. So that's the way you deal with those when you either have a real part but no imaginary part or imaginary part but no real part.